Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We all know that mindset plays a huge part in how we shape our lives and how we deal with things. And with our mindsets comes our cognitions, how we think, how we perceive things, how we internalize things. And we don't always realize that our mindsets and the way we think, our cognitive processes, limit us. They stop us when we allow them to stop us to do things in our lives that we may be afraid of, may be uncertain about. And the thing is, we cage ourselves due to our mindsets and cognitions. Once you decide that you cannot do something, then you've already decided that for yourself and you can't do that, then you won't be able to do that. People with very negative mindsets view life in a very negative way. They see life in a very destructive way where they cannot think in a more positive way. They cannot think in a constructive way, and they end up hurting themselves and their experience in life. And the way we think, we don't always realize, holds us back. The way we think on a day-to-day basis determines our abilities and what we can do and what we can't do and what we've decided for ourselves. Because once you've decided that you can't do something, then you create a mental block. And it's very difficult to get past that mental block because you have to do a lot of psychological training to get past that block. And we create these limitations for ourselves out of fear, out of anxiety, out of trauma from past experiences. And we just decide for ourselves what we can and can't do. And that brings me to a point, the glass ceiling. Now the thing is with the glass ceiling is you're under the glass ceiling. You can see everything above you growing and prosperous and fruitful, but you can't quite break that glass ceiling. And that glass ceiling that's keeping you from achieving what you want is your limitations. And it's how you think and how you view life and how you perceive things. We really do limit ourselves a lot. And we also completely destroy our own psychological freedom, our own autonomy, our own ability to enjoy life, because we get into this cycle of negative thoughts, negative views, negative perceptions, until we can no longer see the point in life. We can no longer see the joy in life. And we really do cause ourselves a lot of harm when we stop ourselves from doing something. And yes, it's important to have that gut feeling and to know which decision is right or wrong. But if you really want to achieve something, you have to get rid of your limitations. And by doing that, you challenge them every day. You work on it every day. Baby steps, small steps. Oh, I don't drink enough water. I drink 2 glasses of water a day. Aim for 4. And by doing that, you shape your mindset and you shape the way you think about things. Because your thoughts have a huge impact on your perception, and your thoughts come from your values and your experiences and your traumas and how you internalize your world and how you perceive other people. And if you do not have a good mindset, then you're going to struggle with goals, you're going to struggle with motivation, you're going to struggle with productivity. And a lot of the time, consistency is motivating yourself. Consistency is changing your mindset. It's working on how you think about life, how you think about things, how you think about your situations, how you think about your difficulties. And without a good, healthy mindset, without a good, healthy mindset, we cannot achieve goals. We cannot self-develop, because the thing is about a negative mindset is we tend to project that onto ourselves, and we tend to create a negative mindset about ourselves, about life, about work, about family. And you know what? It actually drains you so much to have a destructive or an unhealthy mindset. It creates so many more barriers, so many more issues in your life, and you find over the years that you can do less and less and less and less, and you're less adventurous, you're less spontaneous, and that sort of makes your mind it puts it in a cage. It stops you from really experiencing life for what it is. Remember, what we focus on, we feel. The more negative you are, the more you perceive things in a negative way, the more negative you think, the more of that negativity you'll keep attracting into your life. If you have a negative outlook, you will attract more negativity. If you have a positive outlook, you will attract more positivity. It is the law of attraction. So you must just change the way you think. If you think negatively, think the opposite. Force yourself to see the brighter side, the optimism, the good in every day. And we are limited by how we internalize our worlds, how we create and establish our realities. And also, we are limited by how we express ourselves, how we project what we're feeling and experiencing and going through. We are limited by the perceptions that we have on life and how we internalize our own map of the world. Remember, engaging in destructive thoughts will affect your emotional well-being. And this is because emotions and thought go hand in hand. And these destructive thoughts that can lead to very irregular and dysregulated emotions can affect your well-being, your emotional well-being, and how you feel on a day-to-day basis, how you express how you feel and the intensity of what you feel. And that can limit you quite a lot. And this is because the more destructive your mind is, the more chaotic your life will become. And you lose your psychological freedom when you cage yourselves, and you cage yourself due to your mindsets and the way you think. You lose your ability to be autonomous, to have your free will, and you lose your ability to be free in your choices, free in your own mind. And you are limited by your perspective and constant expectations of the worst. Because a lot of us have this mindset where we expect the worst from people. And that creates a negative mindset on relationships, new connections, socializing, because we just constantly expect the worst. Maybe because of what happened in the past and we don't expect anything better. But if you change your mindset, you will attract better people into your life. You won't attract negative people into your life, because we seek people that match and align with our values, our mindsets, our perceptions. And it's important to understand that your mindset becomes your reality. The way you think about things, the way you view things, the way you view life's problems, the way you interact with life's problems, the way you respond to your circumstances, all of this will shape your reality. How you perceive things, how you think about things will become your reality. And when we allow our mindsets and cognitions to cage us, then this comfort zone where we cannot grow or expand suddenly becomes our reality. And we don't know better, and we don't look for better, and then we become stagnant and complacent. So remember, your mindset and the way you think has a huge impact on how you shape your reality, how you view life, and how you connect with other people. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.